Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the modulus function, which comes under the topic some functions and their graphs, Chapter 2 Relations and Functions, Class 11 Max. See, when we are talking about modulus function, here the function f of x is defined from real number set to real number set R to R. So the function defined by f of x equals mod x or modulus of x for each x belongs to the real number set R is called as a modulus function. That is, the function of the form f of x is equal to mod x and x is real number, and that is defined as the modulus function. So the function of the form f of x equals mod x is a modulus function. See, this mod x or modulus of x actually gives a positive value whether x is positive or negative. That is, for both positive and negative values of x, this modulus of x will be positive. That is, sometimes x can have positive values, x can have negative values. So both for positive and negative values, you will get f of x which is mod x as positive always. Such a function is actually called as modulus function. That is, for each non-negative values of x, f of x is actually equal to x. For each non-negative values of x, non-negative values means for all positive values of x, f of x is equal to x. That is, when x is greater than or equal to 0. When x is greater than or equal to 0, x will be having only positive values, no? So that time f of x will be equal to x. And for negative values of x, negative values of x means x will be less than 0. That time this function f of x is actually the negative of the value of x, that is negative x. Okay, for each non-negative value of x, that is for each positive values of x, f of x is equal to x. For each negative values of x, f of x is equal to minus x. Okay, for example, for x equal to 0, what about f of x? F of x will be mod 0. Mod 0 is actually equal to, 0. For x is greater than or equal to 0, f of x is x. So when x is equal to 0, f of x will be x. X means 0. Okay, similarly, when x is equal to 2, f of x is 2 is a number which is greater than 0. So f of x is x. X is what? 2. So f of x will be 2. For x equal to minus 2. Minus 2 is actually less than 0. So for x less than 0, f of x is minus x. So for x is equal to minus 2, f of x will be minus x. That is, minus of x is what? Minus 2. Okay, minus into minus plus 2. So you see, for the positive value of 2, we have f of x as 2. For the negative value of 2, we have f of x as 2. That is, for both the positive and negative values of x, we have positive values for f of x. Such a function is called as modulus function. Similarly, when x is equal to 4, x is greater than 0 here, then f of x is x. X means 4 here. Okay, similarly, when x is equal to minus 4, when x is less than 0, f of x is minus x. So when x is equal to minus 4, it is less than 0. So f of x is minus x. That is, minus of x is what? Minus 4. So minus into minus 4 is plus 4. Okay. Similarly, when x is equal to 6, f of x will be 6. When x is equal to minus 6, f of x will be plus 6. Okay. So for both positive and negative values of x, we will be having f of x as a positive number. Okay. Now, let us see the graph for the modulus function. F of x is equal to mod x. Okay, see here, when x is equal to 0, f of x is 0. See, along the horizontal axis, we have the x values. Along the vertical axis, we have the y values, which is f of x values. When x is equal to 0, f of x is 0. So 0, 0 this point. When x is equal to 2, f of x is 2. So x2, y value, f of x is actually y, no. So y value is 2. So 2, 2, we will get a point here, 2, 2. When x is equal to minus 2, f of x is 2. So minus 2 plus 2, we will get a point here. X 4, f of x 4. So x for f of x 4, we will get a point here. X minus for f of x 4, so x minus for f of x 4, we will get a point here. X 6, f of x 6, so 6, 6, we will get a point here. Similarly, when x is equal to minus 6, f of x is plus 6, so we will get a point here. Okay, now if you join all these points, you see, we are joining all these points and we are getting a graph like this. Okay, so this is the nature of the graph for a modulus function. And here, what about the range and domain? See, domain means actually the set of x values. Okay, x can have any real number value. So, domain is actually the real set of real numbers. And what about the range? Range is actually the y values or f of x values. It is actually, you see, it cannot be negative. Right, it will be positive always. F of x values will be positive always in the case of modulus function. So, range is actually positive real numbers. Okay, positive real numbers, or we can represent it by r plus. Alright. So, in this video, we have discussed about the modulus function. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.